All right, this is your market recap for September 9th, 2025. Today, as you can see, we played bullish once again, but once again, you'll see once we go down to the lower time frames, the price wasn't really the most cooperative as far as its overall direction goes. So we go down to the hourly time frame, we can see still in this range. We opened Sunday down here, but for most of it, we've been stuck inside this range. Kind of just banging around. So until we break out of this, I don't really have too much of a conviction as far as a direction goes. Um, but as far as today is concerned, I was looking to play today bearish, or at least AM session, for a couple of reasons. One, we have this SMT of these highs. Um, Second, being on the 4 hour time frame on ES, there's this right here, this inverse fair value gap is more so up here. And so this retrace right here is filling in that 4 hour inverse very nicely. And I saw price coming up here and then starting to round at the top, which to me says that we're going to start to go down. And then I look over in NQ and I have this hourly fair value gap right there, reacted off of here, nice closures there. And so once we got below it and price market, I believe market opened and then went up. But you'll see in the lower time frame how we react off of this, which is pretty telling as to where we're going to go for that AM session. And then we came down, took out this low and this low, these lows as well. But as far as significant lows go, this is that. And then from there, lunch happens and we reverse, kind of like yesterday, where lunch makes a significant portion of AM session's move, which means that PM session is going to continue in that way of lunch, which in this case is bullish, taking out this high over here. I guess this should be anchored over here. And then this high over here, which another reason I was bullish is because we have this huge SMT of these highs. Now that in itself is not enough to make me play bearish because it's down too high of a time frame. It's very possible that we, keep marching our way up and that SMT is gone in a couple days. But well, yeah, a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. So I didn't want to build too much off of that, but it was still a factor. And then we can see here. Usually, I look at what has happened between market close and market open. To determine what I'm going to be playing for the day. But unfortunately, we had this, which isn't really much, slowly trending upwards, but then we start to break down here, so it doesn't really show me much. Remember that hourly inverse I told you you'd see on a lower time frame right here? Market opens, rallies to it, closes outside of it, and we start working our way down. And then again, these lows there, consolidated. Lunch made up a significant portion of AM session's move, so PM session took it and ran with it. This high and this high were the ones that we were targeting for PM session. 5 minute, nothing much really. Can see not the cleanest price action for early opening range, and that is partly due to another no news day today. As well as I believe a lot of people waiting on CPI and PPI to come out before they do anything substantial with their money. So as of this time, we were still just banging around in this range. So I had wanted none of it. Did I think we had draws down here? Yes, because of how we're reacting off this hourly and this SMT here, and how we're kind of starting to round with price right here. And we did draw down there, but as you can tell, didn't stay down there very long. Now on the 1 minute time frame, ton of SMTs. Have this higher time frame one, which you've seen on a couple time frames, but I haven't talked about. This one here is pushing us up. back into this 1 hour fair value gap. And if we just look at price action here, look at these wicks, right? The amount of wicks, the lack of uh, solid direction, I'll say. SMT of these lows pushing us up, SMT of these highs, down, up, SMT of these highs, down, check out this low, up, SMT of these. Ton of SMTs, ton of wicks, not really the price action I want to be in. Even though it did draw where I thought it would, it didn't do it in a manner which I would feel comfortable, risking capital in. So once we take out this low, you can pretty clearly see that we didn't want to continue lower. We kind of took it and then went horizontal from there, reversing, and this right here is where we started to flip for PM, or sorry, for lunch. Another SMT here, which made a lot of AM sessions move up and made it back. As far as this downwards move goes, we didn't take all of them out, but we took out this high here. And then from there, PM session was a little slow to start. SMT of these lows and these lows. Macros didn't really help much, given that one ended here and the other ended here. So I guess you could say this retrace here was something that the macro presented, but even so, we dipped below it one more time. So stayed in this range until the last 15-30 minutes of trading before we ran up, took out this high. Did we? 8,800 high is, no, he didn't even take this high. So very lackluster PM session. We tried to run up above this high over here, but as you can see, we failed by one tick. So if that's your profit for PM session, I apologize, because you most likely got out at break even, if not a loss. So yeah, I mean, if you just look at this price action compared to some of the other days we've had, like Friday and whatnot, it just doesn't look the cleanest. So not really, like I mentioned before, something that I want to risk my capital in. So live to trade another day. So this has been your market recap for September 9th, 2025.